I spilled water all over my pants.
Oh, just the pants?
It looks like I got pee-pee. Me go pee-pee my pants is.
Sometimes, when you wash your hands and then like you dribble just enough when you're like coming over to the paper towels, that's the worst. That's a terrible day. And then you go over to the blower and you're like trying to do your pants off real quick so no one thinks. It's terrible. It's a bad day.
Sometimes you got to do that if you wet yourself anyways.
Hey, watching with Dan and Tony. Hey, watching with Dan and Tony. It's Hey Watching, yeah.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I'm Dan.
And I'm Tony.
And we give you the unexpurgated reviews of movies that came out so long ago. Well, this one's only like 5 years old, but
feels longer.
Usually so long ago that people have stopped caring and probably wouldn't go and revisit these movies unless they accidentally came across them on the TV, which doesn't really happen. I mean, at this point in the world, you only see the movies you want to see.
That's correct. Yeah, it's because there's just so many different ways to get exactly what you want. I love the future, Dan. I'm really loving it.
It's pretty nice. And so we've chosen to follow a path where we seek out the things that no one wants to re-seek out.
Thereby alienating 99% of the population. And then the other 1% is alienated because of our personalities.
We could sit on here and talk about how bad the new Zack Snyder Army of the Dead
Except
or whatever
we wouldn't,
it is.
because we'd have differing opinions. Army of the Dead, FTW!
So this week, Tony picked a special little gem from the not distant past. Tell us about that special little gem, Tony.
As if you are watching this on release day, you just got back from your long 4th of July weekend, so you were gearing up. You probably watched Independence Day, the first one, would be my guess, because I watch it every year on 4th of July, without a doubt. So, what you probably didn't do is watch the horrible sequel, Independence Day Resurgence, and that's what we did this week.
So this episode's going to come out pretty close. Wait, is this our 50th episode, or is the next one? No,
this is our 50th episode, and right after 4th of July. A lot of celebrating this week.
A lot of celebrating. And so, yes, Independence Day Resurgence, 20 years after the last one, and this one comes out 2016, comes in at 2 hours flat. Yeah. Pretty nice. Roland Emmerich is back in the driver's seat. I was doing my Roland research, and pretty much everything he's ever done is pretty terrible, but he did do White House Down,
which I love.
That one was fun.
Yeah, it's so much better than a movie that I think at some point we're going to do on this podcast, which is Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen. So those two movies sort of came out at the exact same time. One, I don't think I've seen. The other, I've seen the Roland one.
You saw White House Down, but you didn't see Olympus Has Fallen. But the world went the other way. Everybody saw Olympus Has Fallen, and nobody saw White House Down. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? This movie's so much better.
And I remember it being a kind of fun romp, which this movie almost sort of maybe wants to be that kind of thing, but it's so, well, I mean, there's like hints and bones of this, but it's such a sort of bloated retelling of the same story as the original one, that some sort of threads of fun things that you thought were going to get paid off and head someplace. I started out this movie like a third of the way in, halfway in, kind of enjoying it, just going like, okay, this is just sort of a movie, nothing to worry about. And then by the end, it's just kind of like,
I'll be honest, I was out pretty quickly, only because there is not a single charming person in this movie. I mean, except for, you got your Jeff Goldblum, who's great. And then his dad, can't remember his name. Hirsch. Yeah. But he's severely underused, and their storyline with him is just batshit crazy, which we'll talk about later. But like, none of the new cast is interesting or fun or like charming. It's
I thought
brutal.
Liam did a decent job.
I mean, he did the best that he could. He's not. He's definitely the lesser Hemsworth. I think we can all agree with that. But he's kind of a dud to me. He's not. He's not painful like A Train. Can't remember his real name either. I feel bad about all this. Will Smith's son in the movie. He's A Train in The Boys. Great in The Boys. Horrible in this movie. He's so like just blank. And I was like, you're supposed to be Will Smith's son. Where's like the fun, the charisma, the charm? Will Smith is like made the first one what it is because he's so fun in that. I don't know. So I was just like, these people suck.
And sort of my overall feeling is Independence Day, it's not the first one, not a great movie.
But it's a great blockbuster.
I think that there's some elements of it that are super fun that people really loved when they saw, and then like you go back to it and you love the scene where he's fighting the alien and he beats the alien and he punches the alien.
I mean, yeah, it's great. Welcome to Earth. So good.
Everyone remembers that stuff.
Yes.
And you remember, the world getting destroyed and the White House blowing up. And, you remember they go and they do the single mission and they plant the thing. But if you really sort of look at it, all the Randy Quaid stuff is really painful.
No, it's so good. It's we full disclosure, we watched it as soon as this movie got over because we were like, we need something that's good again, and it's just as good as I remember. It's charming, it's fun, it makes you feel. When there's a couple points where I'm like, I'm welling up with tears, and I'm like, that's a good movie. And I mean, listen, if you put Randy Quaid in your movie, it's gonna be fucking bonkers. And you just have to deal with it. Because he's not human.
And so this movie tries to do a lot of it. Now, was there a school bus in the first one?
No. That whole thing was so weird. I don't know why they did that.
See, that's what's so interesting is I saw the end of this movie maybe a year or two ago. And so in my brain, I somehow made that school bus thing the ending of the first movie.
No.
And so I was like, man, they're doing the school bus again. What a weird callback to put him in another school bus.
No.
But the truth of the matter is
it's just them. He was never in a school. There's no school bus. I don't know where that came. I don't know whose idea was like, let's just have him drive 30 kids for no reason. Like, what is happening right now?
More importantly, the safest place to get the kids to is a government military facility.
That is under attack. That is currently under attack by aliens. I don't understand, man.
Pretty good reasoning. Let's give them a really solid why they're doing what they're doing. There's no why to this. No. Everyone's got to just keep moving because movement is the only way that you're going to be safe.
Yeah, you get it. You get it. You just got to run.
So this movie, for whatever reason, didn't make me angry and didn't bother me. Probably because I don't really care about the first Independence Day. So
that's got to be it. Because I was livid.
Yeah, just like with Ghostbusters, it's like I hated that one because it didn't get what the first one was and didn't understand it and then shit on that heritage. This one, I don't care about the Independence Day heritage.
What's so wild to me about it is that at least with this one, it's made by the same guy. Yeah. So he should get it. He made the first one. How did he fuck up the second one so bad? At least Ghostbusters was made by completely new people, and they're like, we're going to take it in a new direction. That's not what happened here.
I just think that this kind of I think, and it goes back to your whole thing, is it's very hard to make blockbuster summer movies anymore because they don't quite understand the equations anymore. Yeah. This one, the equation was all the original characters grown up plus more characters, and then 10 more characters, and then 13 more scenarios, and then more.
All with their own backstories that don't have any payoff in the movie at all. I was like, why am I learning so much about these people?
I think that they look at the superhero movies and they think, oh, the superhero movies have 27 characters in them, and everybody loves that. And it's like, well, I mean, truthfully, Captain America: Winter Soldier's not really about that many people. It's about like 4 people.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
So when you get up to 10,
It's a lot.
you don't really
It's a
care.
lot going on.
So what's happening? President starts having a bad dream. Everybody's doing crazy drawings. And the world now has spaceships and space guns because we stole their technology.
Yeah.
And the world, and this was what the thing that sort of made it like, oh, this is not going to go well. The whole world is a one world government planet. Everybody's happy.
Which is so weird. Like,
So
and I
dumb.
mean, like, sure, it's, maybe we should aspire to, one people. I get that. Like, I'm all for that. But I didn't feel that in the movie itself. It still felt like Team USA, and then we're like, we'll bring in a couple of people from other places, but like, this is USA, guys.
Oh no, there's not a couple of people from other places. There's a single Chinese woman
on the team, who has any vested interest in the story. Just the one, yeah.
She will stand there and be hit on by the sort of creepy guy, and she will hopefully sell a bunch of tickets in China. Which
I don't know. I hope they did. Good for them.
Oh, yeah. And we have monorails, and we find out Will Smith died in a training exercise or something.
And here's where I'm like, uh-oh, we're in trouble. Listen, guys, Will Smith bounced on the movie. Just don't do the movie. If you lose Will Smith, don't do the movie. That's it. That's the long and short of it. I mean, look, Men in Black. They did it without Will Smith. Horrible movie. Have we done that on here? Maybe we will.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, well,
I think
it's up there.
Pretty...
So,
where they try to get the other Hemsworth. Ooh,
the good Hemsworth couldn't even save that movie.
And what's her name? Who's Tessa? What's her name?
Oh yeah, it is the Thor.
Valkyrie.
It's like the whole Thor cast, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, whoops-a-daisy.
So, and also I didn't realize this. In Independence Day, Will Smith's wife is a stripper, and now she's a doctor.
Yeah, I thought that was probably my favorite joke of the whole movie. Is like, because that's always like the joke of like the strippers are like, oh, I'm making my way through med school or law school, and it's like this. She made it. I thought that was fun. But after rewatching the first one, she spends most of the movie taking care of people after like their helicopter crashes. So it actually makes sense for her character. It just felt a little jokey.
So Liam's up on the moon. He used to work with Will Smith's kid and the president's daughter. They were the 3 people from Stealth. And we even have
oh my God.
Oh, you didn't put that one together?
I didn't put that together, but that's 100% right. Oh my God.
He even watches the video of Stealth where the guy is flying through the canyon and gets too close to the canyon thing.
Oh my God.
It's terrible.
Oh, I didn't even. I'm so sad that I missed that. That's gold. That's some good stuff.
And it's funny because I was watching Cinema Sins and they brought up Stealth too.
Did they?
Which I was just like, wow, I'm impressed that they brought up Stealth because that's not the go-to movie.
No, that's not on the tip of our tongues for the most part.
So they're putting this thing in, and then his buddy's talking about ladies and makes a mistake, and the thing is going to fall over. Of course he makes a mistake.
He literally, here's the window out here. He turns all the way around to have a conversation. Come on, guy. You can't be that bad at your job.
And yeah, this is once again the elite pilot, just like they did to poor Jamie Foxx, like not listening, not being the elite pilot that he's supposed, just make these guys elite pilots. Make it like some little meteor that comes in there.
Right. Let them be good at their jobs. What are we doing?
We don't like to see people crappy at their jobs. It's not fun, and it doesn't endear those characters.
Exactly.
A buddy coming to another buddy being a piece of garbage does not make us love the two of them more and more.
And even more so when they fix their own mistake, that's not a redemption for me. That's like, yeah, you better have fixed it. You fucked up, you idiot.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Power Rangers where they're like, they're stealing the cow and then they like try and kill a bunch of cops. You're like, I don't
A
want this
bunch
to
of them.
do.
They didn't care about anybody.
Yeah, you're talking about ladies. It's like you should go through something when you almost kill a whole base because you're like talking about your lack of female companionship.
Yes.
Jerk.
Jerk. You
Uh,
jerk.
He gets grounded. Then we have the alien prison platform. All the aliens are waking up because they just got the signal somehow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're just keeping them all in prison because we're like the worst race ever.
And we're keeping them in the worst prison ever. Yeah. Where just like, if power goes down, the door's just all
we're
open.
In trouble. And be like, wait, what? We lost power? Everybody run.
Good job. So now Jeff Goldblum's in Africa, and he's going to see this warlord to try and get access to the one ship that is left there that was drilling. And then Charlotte Gainsbourg comes up, and they're doing sexual tension. I love her. Her role is okay in this movie.
At best.
She sells what little she's given to sell.
100%. But it's just not. It's just not enough. We don't spend enough time with the good characters, and we spend a lot of time with these shitty new characters, like the new generation, and they're just not as good. I don't know. Whatever. I have a question about this. Where they are. So I'm to believe that one of the ships landed, and then there was just like a bunch of aliens just running around the jungle, and they had to like fight them on foot for a while?
I agree they did not lay this out very well at all, but the concept is, even after we defeated them, this ship was still here. There were still aliens running around, and then these guys over the course of years and years hunted them all down and killed them.
That just doesn't make a lot of sense.
It sure seems like if our planet was in constant sort of if I'm a small country with a warlord or whatever, and we have these aliens that are there destroying us with plasma guns and everything, we would probably ask for some help. We wouldn't just think that we're going to get it done with knives.
But I mean, we're this united species now. So like technically I'm confused on how that's even a thing. But moreover, if I know anything about the United States, we're just going to go in there and help you whether you want it or not. And we'll call it help, but we're going to destroy a lot of stuff on the way. But we're just going to go in either way. So
and more importantly, we're going to go in there and steal all that technology.
1,000,000%. Yes. That would be our actual motive to go in, but we'd pretend that we're helping for sure. For sure.
Yeah. If that was like the one ship that was like laying around and intact with the big laser that could drill anything, we are so going to go in there and be dismantling that. But somehow we're led to believe that these guys with machine guns and machetes are sort of left there
for years.
But I love this guy. This guy was like, I was like, this is going to be a really interesting character who's going to do some stuff.
I think we should see his movie of them learning to hunt the aliens. That's a way better movie than what we just watched.
We break into the ship with this little cadre of men, and they have to go. Just think about how much. Well, we'll get to it. They end up at the ship at one point.
Yeah,
I like that scene, and I was like, what if that was 20 minutes where we actually had to do something?
No.
As opposed to we're on a ship with 1 million aliens and they can't find us, and we walk to right where we want to go, and we steal the ships we might want to steal, and then we escape where we want. Just like, okay, and that, I guess that's the thing that I sort of found, is that there were lots of little tantalizing things in here, and then whatever. So now we have the Legacy Squad, which is Will Smith's kid and the Chinese girl.
Why are they called the Legacy Squad? That's the dumbest name that I think I've ever heard. I really disliked it. I wrote it down and I was like, what are we doing? Sorry. That's it. I just was wondering if you had a reason. Continue.
No. So this is the point at which Liam watches the movie Stealth, how he screwed up in combat and almost got Will Smith's kid
I can't
killed,
unsee that now.
when you go watch that clip, you were like, did they literally just lift a clip from stealth because they didn't want to make more footage? Because it
I hope
looks
they did. It's
just like
expensive to do plane battles, Stan. Okay. And if he's only watching it on a little iPad, no one will know.
So now Brent Spinner wakes up from his coma, and his boyfriend is there with orchids, and there's lots of weird butt hanging out jokes and whatever.
I've never woken up from a coma, but I feel like he wakes up from a coma. Like
he does.
He's up and ready to go. He's just like, nothing's weird. I'm all fine. I imagine there's got to be some like adjustment period. Nobody seems too concerned about his health. They're not doing any tests on him. They just kind of let him walk out the door. I was like, I don't think this is how it works. But again, I don't know.
This movie is packed with situations where people go where they want to go, do what they want to do, open the doors they want to open.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about the president just opening doors to a secure facility that he hasn't been in charge of for 20 years. Jesus.
They made fun at one point. He like sneaks off and he leaves the pillows under the covers so people think that the president's there. And I think that's what's sort of so funny about this movie is because they do the Dan Goodsell thing of putting the one line in there that explains, like, oh my God, the president has snuck into the secret facility by knowing secret passwords that he doesn't have any ability to know, but somehow he knows them because he's the ex-president.
Yeah, and it's like, what? Not only that, but then he overrides the system. How does he know how to do that? He was the president. He's not like a spy. I don't understand.
Nope. Oh, let's see. Hitting on time. So the signal went out, and now this really cool circular ship shows up, and then just sort of sits there.
Is it cool?
And I love that ship.
Okay.
I love that scene. I thought that scene was so beautiful with the
first, I just want to say visually, there's a lot of like visually compelling things in this movie, which is a shame because they're totally wasted. But there's some beautiful stuff.
When the big mama aliens at the end chasing the bus, those scenes must have been gorgeous in the theater.
Yeah,
just
big screen all the way,
just gorgeous. And even on the little screen, I was like, man. And so this ship is sucking up the dust. We're doing a whole thing, and you're like, and then of course the president's like, oh yeah, just kill it, and then they just push a button,
shoot it out of the sky. It's like, what are we doing? We chose a woman to be president in this movie. I'm all for it. But then
mistake number.
We totally waste her. She's got like 3 scenes, and in 2 of the 3 scenes, she's making stupid decisions. And I was like, this feels really unfair. I don't understand.
Well, because the man president makes all the good decisions.
I don't know how I feel about that message, Dan.
It's a terrible message. And I mean, once again, this movie is such a popcorn movie. You don't want to sit there and analyze the politics of the choices they make, but the politics of the choices that they make in general are
just
absolutely
atrocious. Just atrocious.
I mean, it's like the president's daughter should have like suited up like 2 hours in, way earlier in the movie.
She's a pilot. And honestly, until the end, I forgot. I totally forgot she was a pilot because I'm at the beginning. I remember because we see the picture, and then they just kind of forget about it for like an hour 45, and then at the end she's like, "I'm a pilot," and I was like, "Wait, you are?" And she is.
And her whole thing is just to fly next to Dad doing the big thing, and be Liam Hemsworth's girlfriend. It's just like, and talk about houses, and they easily could have empowered her a lot more and made the female president empowered more. Just that's the thing you can do with these kind of movies is empower your characters because
just
they're
like
going to have
did with Jessica Biel. See, we're bringing it all back to stealth.
It's all back to stealth. So let's see. So they shoot it down. Da-da-da-doo. It was super anticlimactic. It was just like
pew, and that's it. That's all done.
So, two-sword warlord, he's getting ready. Jake flies in from the moon. Oh, yeah. Jeff Goldblum just called Jake on the phone like, dude,
I need a ride.
He just flies in from the moon and picks them up, takes them back.
Yep.
Now we have Judd Nelson at the old folks' home trying to sell his book about how he saved the world.
I was here. Okay. I have a couple of questions on this
Okay.
scene. Are nursing homes on book tours?
Sure.
They can be?
Sure. Yeah, you could
Okay.
do that.
So in my
You could-
head, I thought for sure that he lived in this nursing home and he was just like doing it on his own. And I was like, what a weird, sad storyline they're giving him. But then the next scene, he's on a boat, and I was like, wait, is he literally just trying to sell it in a nursing home? I don't understand what's happening.
I think they could have put a little more connective tissue in there, but yeah, I think it was okay, but it still was very sad.
Yes, it's
And
this guy
I
helped
liked
save
it.
the
I liked
world, and nobody cares.
And I think that's pretty relevant. It's like you're the dad of the guy who saved the world.
Yeah, my David,
Yeah.
so good. I love him.
Yeah. So he's signing books, and then they go, once they get to the moon, they go to the crash site to retrieve the magic ball.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yep.
And then the real aliens show up, and then they destroy everything.
Well, just the moon base, right? They destroy the moon base?
Destroy everything on the moon, and then they take off because this ship is 3,000 miles
It's just
across.
it's huge. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. They say that line and they're like, how did we miss this? It's like, yeah, how did you miss that? I don't get it. I don't understand.
And so the gravity of the giant ship picks up the ship that they're in and takes them there, and they have to fly around, and it's kind of weird, and
it's all
Jeff Goldblum,
pretty anticlimactic. Like the action scenes in general are very flat in this movie, and I don't know why.
Oh, because we've seen it all before.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, we've seen it all before.
Yeah.
So seeing London Bridge destroyed, as Jeff Goldblum says, they like to get the landmarks. We're like, oh yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
we've seen. When the destruction comes right up to the White House, we're like, okay,
yeah,
that's different. It's like a joke whose punchline we have heard.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
So Legacy Squad's out there, and what Vivica's trying to save this mom, and this one vehicle comes to pick them up, and then she's like, save the baby.
Well, it's
her
son. Her son flew.
No. There's like another vehicle.
Oh, the first helicopter.
There's like helicopter to save
the
people.
One that leaves her.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
He gets to watch his mom fall to her fiery death.
Yeah. Why?
Okay.
Why was that even necessary? Why is she even in the movie then?
Because they want to wrap up everything
by killing his entire family. So Will dies off screen. She dies in just like the dumbest way ever. And that's wrapped up to you. That's like, you know what? All right, put a pin in that storyline. We're good to go. I hate this movie.
Well, now he has stakes. He has stakes.
No, he doesn't. I'm sorry.
That's why when he gives his big impassioned speech about
if
my dad,
he has stakes, Dan, someone should have told him, because he certainly doesn't use them to act.
When the big alien queen that's like a mile high is coming, he's like, I'm gonna punch you, welcome to Earth.
Yeah.
And he breaks his fist on the creek. No. So Judd Nelson's on his boat, and he rides the title.
Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch, that's what I said.
You said Judd Nelson, who's also great. Yeah.
Oh, Judd Hirsch. He rides the wave to live, and it's so weird.
Yeah, I got nothing.
So I don't know when they say this, but oh God, there's 3 more pages. My voice is going.
Oh no, Dan. Lubricate. Get some water.
I've got water.
I've got water. I'm fine.
So the president is then, he sneaks into the secret chamber.
Oh, are we already there?
Yeah, we'll just skip ahead.
All right, great. Because this is the dumbest thing ever. Everyone's in a room, and they just start looking around like, oh no, where's the president? He just sneaks off, goes through like 4 or 5 doors, all with key codes. locks the door, overrides the system so they can't come in, like brings over the prisoner and brings it to. What is going on here, Dan? Why does he know how to do all that? Doesn't make any sense.
So the alien can choke him out and give them necessary information. Yeah. Does the alien give them necessary information?
No, not like the first one where it actually tells you the plot.
Is that what happens in the first movie?
Basically, that's the scene. Data is trapped in the thing, and he's getting the telepathy, and the president's just like, can we coexist? It's like, peace, no peace. And it's great. It's like, okay, we're going to war. We're going to war, guys. Let's gear up. And then they kill it.
So in this case, there's no reason for it.
Nope.
So the alien gets out, and the warlord goes and slides beneath its legs and knifes it in the back.
Which is cool.
One kill.
It's cool.
So Judd Hirsch is saved by the hillbilly children. Yeah. Who are set up as if we already knew who they were.
So weird. I think they were trying to go for like Randy Quaid's family from the first one, but they've got like a whole storyline, and these guys just appear out of nowhere, and they already have like emotional stakes. Joey King is like crying, and I was like, what's happening right now? I don't know who these people are.
There is a 3-minute scene on the cutting room floor somewhere that got this movie under 2 hours. That was those kids set up.
The beginning of their adventure. So yeah, well,
we got that. That setup was shot. It was not in this movie.
Hashtag release the what's his name? Emmerich.
Release the cut. So they're drilling again, and they're going to steal our magnetic core, and the only way we can stop them is to kill the queen.
Yeah. Which is not how the aliens worked in the first movie, but it's fine.
Fine, whatever. Yeah. It's a thing that someone did in another movie, and so it's okay.
Yeah, so we understand it as an audience. We're like, okay, I know the story.
We know the story. So they're going to have to deliver these bombs into the alien's butthole and then blow them up. And then the people they need to help them are these guys that are on a ship that are trying to get gold from a sunken ship. Mm-hmm. And then they're supposed to monitor what's going on. And they have like the greatest monitors in the world. These monitors that they have, they can detect life. Yeah. They can detect movement. They can detect anything.
It's pretty good. They must be the best treasure hunters ever. Which is, thank God we have them then, because they're the best of the best.
Just amazing that somehow their boat is sitting out there in the middle of this place.
And they said they're the only ones that survived. All the other ships got like destroyed, right? Because I feel like there were other ships and they're like, we're the last ones left. Like, oh, okay.
We have no information on how they survived, why they survived.
And their ship seems perfectly intact. Not only did they survive, but like without a scratch. They are fine.
They're exactly where they still need to be over the ship of gold. And that ship of gold's still down there perfectly ready to go.
The people that were further away are the ones that probably died. If you're in the eye of the storm, you're fine. That's the rule.
Okay, so they attack the ship. Oh, so they're trying to break open the egg, get the egg. They attack the ship, and then literally 1 million guns and 1 million ships come out and shoot lasers in 1 million different directions.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally the most chaotic.
It's just visual noise.
It's
just
you
can't follow anything. It's just like, all right, I'm going to turn off. Let me know if something else happens, but I'm shutting down.
It makes the Power Rangers fight scenes seem like they're good, right?
Maybe that's when I watch Power Rangers. Maybe I watched it right after this movie the first time, and that's why I loved it so much. I was like, this is the greatest movie ever.
These scenes with them flying around in the ships make so much sense because there's just 5 ships and 1 bad guy, as opposed to 1 million ships and 1 million lasers. And literally those lasers shoot in every direction.
Yeah, all over the place. Every which way.
Oh, it's pretty good. So they go inside, and the alien knows they're coming, and so the alien clicks a button, and their ships fall out of the sky. fall out of the sky fairly slowly.
Everything seems to happen slowly. There's at one point, I don't remember where this is, and I wrote it down somewhere, but we're flying their ships at some point, and they're going so slow. It's like we have all this alien technology to go slower. It doesn't make any sense. They fall, like gravity's weird in this movie. I don't know, man. None of it makes a lot of sense.
Yep. So the aliens attack Cheyenne Mountain, and I think they take the president, or do they just kill the president?
I think they just kill her. We don't see her again. Like they're just standing there. The doors open, and then like fire cuts away, and it's like, okay, yeah, they're all dead.
I thought they took her and were gonna like she's gonna come back, and they were gonna like, here's your president.
That would be great. That would be like a great move, but nope. No.
So they use a super laser to open the egg. Eggs gets open. They make the random dude becomes president. You're now president. He's like, I'm now president. Like we needed that scene. Old president, let's come together. The warlord.
Come together.
There was a war. Our enemy is our. Oh, so they figure out that the white ball. So the white ball gets opened up, and the white ball's like, you got to kill me because I know all the secrets because there's a secret place where we're fighting against them. And they're like, no, we're going to come up with a plan not to kill you.
I feel like this is the only sci-fi movie in the history of the world where a robot doesn't have a self-destruct. You know what I mean? Like that robot could just beep, beep, boop, brown. Done. End of movie.
It sure seems like if you're going to send a robot out in the world with all the world's biggest secrets,
you should have a fail-safe.
The robot wouldn't have to say to somebody,
please kill me.
Kill me.
Kill me.
You know, they could just put a little atomic bomb in there and he could just like, you know, click his own virtual switch because he's virtual too. So he could just email himself somewhere else.
Right. I'm gonna jump into another ball somewhere else.
And it sure seems like if you're virtual, like why do you have a very specific signature? Why don't you just like go with
change
it
up?
Yeah, put yourself in like an iPod, and it's like
can he not? Can he, she, they, it? I don't really understand. Can't they just like transfer their intelligence to like our computers? Put it on a little hard drive? I don't know.
Put me on the cloud. Spread me out everywhere. They're never gonna find me. Can't destroy the whole cloud because it's a cloud.
Because it's a cloud.
So let's see. Big white ball. Meanwhile, in the mothership, they're hunted in the swamp. Somehow they can. I thought they were going to do the air through the straws thing.
Oh my god, that'd been hilarious.
I was really hoping for air through the straws.
I'm a little confused.
You're a little confused.
On the ship. So they brought their own like ecosystem?
I'm going to tell you something.
Please do. Please tell me some stuff.
When you build a ship, you know what you do? If you have a plant in the ship and the plant is this high, you build the ceiling this high.
Yeah.
You don't build the ceiling 7 miles because you're going to have to carry that empty 7 miles around with you. And you do not want to carry an empty 7 miles around with you.
No, I don't think I do. Unless it helps me fly. I don't know. Maybe it's helium, Dan.
The thing I liked was they're in the thing and the ships are falling down, and then these little starfish machines fly off there and like neutralize all their bombs.
It's like a flying force. I don't even know. I don't even know what happened.
Like everything in this movie is the perfect thing for the perfect situation on either side.
Yes.
Until something has to change.
Yeah.
And then it's just hard. We're a virtual spears. Oh yeah, they were there to evacuate us. Not sure how they were going to do that with their one tiny ship. That was there like 6 minutes before the other ship.
Yeah, not going to happen.
Didn't seem like a lot of lead time.
A lot of lead time.
So they're going to hide the ball, and then the president's going to fly up there and shoot them in the butthole with a bunch of bombs.
Is this where the daughter first like volunteers?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I didn't like this scene, Dan. Let me tell you something about being a father. Okay, so she volunteers, right? She's like, "I'll do it for no reason." She doesn't. There's a whole bunch of other pilots. Why would she volunteer? She hasn't flown at all this movie.
No, more importantly, everybody didn't volunteer.
Right, like which is right. Someone saved the universe, but then the president old man president's like, "Nah, you won't. I'll do it." And she's like, "Dad, what are you doing?" "What do you mean? What do you just volunteered?" Of course your dad's gonna be like, "No, no, do me instead. I'm 100 years old. She's 20. She's got a whole life ahead of her. Of course he's gonna protect her." What an idiot. Bothered me. The lines bothered me.
Who's the idiot?
The daughter, because she was like shocked. She's like,
Who's the
"Dad,
idiot?
what are you doing? Don't do it." And then she tries to go behind her dad's back and get another guy to like not let him do it. She's like, go distract him and I'll sneak into the. What are you talking about? He's 80 years old. Let him do this.
More importantly, do you want the guy flying the ship with the bombs to have a connection to the alien mother?
I mean, no, you wouldn't. Because she'll definitely sense him. Because it feels like she can talk to like a couple of people anytime she wants and get in their head, which they never really explain, but it's fine.
More importantly, do you want someone who has probably a questionable nervous system, heart system, liver system, or do you want someone who is 20 years old who is fit to be in charge of the main ship?
Well, I've seen the first one, so I choose someone who's mentally unstable and definitely liver damage. If I could get a Randy Quaid 2.0, I'll send him right to the ship because he's going to take care of the day.
Okay, so he flies it. They fly to do it. What happens? They just kind of do it, right?
Yeah, they just kind of do it. It's anticlimactic. The ship falls, and then everyone's like cheering, and then the mother's like, "Nah, not yet. I'm not done yet." That's how I remember it.
Yeah, the alien mom just comes out.
Yep.
So they or they couldn't get anywhere near the ship. Now they can just
go right
fly
into
in there and do what they.
There doesn't seem to be the whole thing of the first movie is like they have these shields that we can't penetrate. What happened to that? Why are there no shields on the big ship? I'm very confused about the whole thing.
I don't know. Oh, I left out the whole part. Wait, I left out the whole part where he pissed. No. Oh, I left. Yeah.
Oh.
He pisses on the ship, and then they steal ships and they get away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
It was pretty dumb.
So here comes the alien queen. She's not trying to accomplish her thing exactly. She wants to chase a bus through the desert for reasons.
I don't know what her at this point. I've forgotten what her goal even is. I think she's just like she's like a cat with a laser pointer. She's just like, "Oh, yellow bus! I want to eat it!" Ah, that's how I picture.
She's angry now, angry about the bus, even though the bus has not really proven itself to be her problem.
It's not a threat. It didn't do anything. It's just driving around.
Yeah, it's neither. I mean, if they'd have gotten like the signal to the ball onto the bus, then I'd have been like, "Oh, the signal to the ball's on the bus. She's chasing the bus. Okay, this makes sense." But she's just chasing the bus, chase the bus. Like we said earlier, it's gorgeous. She's gorgeous, except of course, in addition to everything, she's wearing a suit and she has a big gun.
Yeah. I don't love that they gave all the aliens guns in this movie. I don't know why that bothered me.
Did they have guns in the first movie? No.
And not only that, but like we killed one with just our handguns in the first one. Is that glass bulletproof? No, sir.
Once it's out of the armor, though. Right?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
So Nerd shoots the aliens. His boyfriend's shot. I don't know what that means. Oh, what's his name? Yeah. So the aliens trying to get into the thing, so we form like a tornado of alien ships, as opposed to being very effective things. They just become a worthless tornado, and then they lose the controls, and so then they hit the afterburners and go high, which gets them the controls back.
Yeah, I have questions about that, Dan. Now, wouldn't the afterburners technically be a part of the autopilot?
Dude, there's nothing about any of this that makes actual sense. You know, the idea that if you fly high enough, you're out of the thing, and then you're gonna do. None of it makes any sense.
I just don't understand the writing. Like, whose idea? So the line is, "I've lost all control," and then they're like, let's try a different control. Oh, this one works. I don't understand how you write that and you think it makes sense. It's like I've lost 60% of the controls here, but let's find the ones that I still have. I don't like it. And then, oh please.
I think the idea is like there's just like an afterburner button that you can kind of push, like burn.
I guess
It doesn't make any
burn
sense.
I hope that's what the button just says. It just says burn. And you're like, I hope this is the right button.
So they fly up, they fly down, they shoot her, and then they shoot her some more, and then finally
how do they fly
shoot her
down?
more.
Do they? So my question is, do they
When do they
regain control? Because they're up at the top, and he's like, it's going to have to be a controlled dive. And I was like, okay, so they're all going to die. They're going to shoot her, and then they're going to end up crashing into her, and that'll be the movie. And I was like, cool, that'll be fun. But then they get to the bottom, and then they even out, and they start chasing her. And I was like, when did they get control of the planes?
When he said controlled dive.
But
if they were going to do an uncontrolled dive, then they wouldn't have control. But he just said, the computer heard them saying controlled, and
then there you go. That was the secret word.
So they kill her. The white ball's okay. Good job. Let's have a party. And then I wrote, "We're rich guys on boat." Oh, the guys. Now we have a cutaway scene to the guys on the boat. Yeah. Like, did we even need the drilling thing?
No, I'm confused about the drilling thing. The drilling thing is just there for your favorite thing, which is a timer. That's it. And when I saw that, I was like, I'm so happy that they have a timer. Dan loves timers.
We have an hour and 12 minutes. Now it's 22 minutes. Now it's 9 minutes. Now it's 6 minutes. Now it's 14 more minutes.
I don't think their instruments are working properly. They're fluctuating all over the place. But I don't. I got nothing. The whole boat thing was stupid.
If you're really shooting a laser into the ocean to drill into the core, and then that laser turns off, all that water is going to flood right into that hole.
So that's my question about it, because it's really deep. They're real close to the Earth's core. Like, what really happens there? Like, it can't be good.
You mean if you did drill a giant hole into the Earth with a giant laser, and then even if you stopped, I can only imagine.
You're fucking things up.
The weather patterns, the water patterns on the would be catastrophic beyond comprehension. I mean,
but it's fine.
Everything in this movie would be catastrophic beyond comprehension.
Yeah,
if it really ever happened.
Especially Will Smith dying.
Who cares? Will Smith. Ugh.
How dare you?
He was so good at Suicide Squad. He was horrible in Suicide Squad.
He was one of the bright spots of Suicide Squad. Him, Margot, Boomerang. I forgot his name. Jai Courtney. I always forget his name. That poor guy.
I know. They don't even give him a real role in the movie. Sadly.
Yeah.
I was kind of sad about that. Because he was, and then we're gonna take the fight to them because we have the technology and the secret planet.
Do you have the technology? Because you barely made it through this one.
Well, no, the ball has all the secret technology to fight them.
But so I guess my question is like, is the ball? Are we able to build that stuff? Like, I assume the ball used to have resources that we probably don't have on Earth. They were on a different planet.
The ball has a secret planet where they've been building all this stuff.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They have a Hogwarts. And she's like, I've been teaching other... Yeah, no, you're right. I remember that. Magic school.
Secret planet where we're going to mount our mission to fight these guys.
I hate this movie, Dan.
Why do you hate this movie, Tony? It's kind of fun.
It's not fun. And that's my problem. If it was fun, I would forgive it for being dumb. But it's not fun. It's just dumb. And I don't like that.
I found it fairly innocuous. It didn't make me angry because the dumbness was just kind of everywhere. So you just sort of sat there going like, okay, well, doesn't make any sense, but okay.
But okay. No. If your movie doesn't make any sense, you better be doing fun things that distract me, like a baby with like a rattle. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that much fun, but it keeps me entertained. They don't do that. They got nothing going for them.
There weren't a lot of jokes that landed. There, and I guess that it was kind of nice that they didn't try and do too many jokes, except the one weird guy, the John Oliver guy.
Yeah, I had the same thought. I think I wrote John Oliver Light somewhere. Yeah, and he was not good. I don't think I laughed like a one time at him.
He would have been shot for all the dumb things he did.
I
He did
wanted
a lot
to
of
shoot
dumb
him
things.
just watching it, and in the movie.
So Roland Emmerich, I mean, you can like your Independence Day, and we got the President is Down one, and pretty much the rest of his movies were all pretty terrible.
I'm going to look that up because I didn't do my research, but I feel like I disagree. I'm going to go to his IMDb right now, and we're going to talk about it.
It's not good.
It is not good. We're talking about movies he just directed, right?
Yeah, it's like The Day After Tomorrow.
Love that movie.
You do not love that movie.
I
That
do.
movie is
Jake Gyllenhaal, come on. Dennis Quaid. He loves the Quaid boys, doesn't he?
Oh, I hate Dennis Quaid so much.
You know, like Dennis Quaid? Frequency. Great movie, guys. Go see that.
Sure.
He directed The Patriot.
That's
a good movie.
I think he does better when he doesn't try and be as big as humanly possible, when he scales it back a bit.
Those are the only ones I like. So you're right.
So
yeah.
His new movie that they just announced called Moonfall.
Where
the moon is going to fall into the earth, and so a ragtag band of people have to make the moon not fall into the earth.
All right, who do we got? We got Halle Berry, pass. Patrick Wilson, hit or miss. John Bradley, Michael Pena. Pena's in it. I'll see it.
There it is. Pena doing the jokes.
I hope so. I hope there's jokes. Otherwise, I'm going to be pissed.
You don't hire him unless you're going to give him the jokes.
I agree. I hope. We'll see.
Man, that's the moon and it's falling. That's what he's going to do.
That's not even a joke, but I liked it.
That's his joke. It's falling.
Well, this movie was not good.
It's a movie, like I said, it's a movie that if you had in the background, you'd look up occasionally and be like, "Oh, that's kind of pretty," or you look up and you go like, "Oh, look at all that weird stuff." But you wouldn't really want to sit here and watch it as a movie.
No, I really didn't. And I will again, I watched these back to back. I watched Resurgence, and then I watched the original, which is 2.5 hours. It's 2 hours 30 minutes, and Resurgence felt so much longer than the other one. And it's 30 minutes shorter. That's not good. That's not a good sign.
That is not a good sign. Okay. Any other final? You want to talk about the music? Do you want to talk about the makeup? Do you want to talk about the costuming?
No. I mean, the music, what was there music? I don't remember.
The music was they took the same music cues from Independence Day and just used it over again. And then they didn't rehire the composer because they owned all the music cues.
I mean, that's a great move. That's a baller move right there. Good for you.
That is a shitty money-saving move. Just steal all the guy's cues that you paid. I mean, you paid for the cues, so they're your cues.
Yeah, I mean, you get to keep them. That's how rights work, I guess.
I mean, because now is the girl that plays the daughter, is that the same girl that was the daughter in the original movie?
I kept thinking I don't think any of them are the same. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know for sure, but I don't think so.
Yeah, because, it's 20 years later, and if she played like a 9-year-old or 12-year-old.
Yeah, like it's
32 now.
I will say the kid who plays Will's son, well, I guess Vivica A. Fox's son, Will's almost stepson, whatever, in the original movie is the cutest kid on planet Earth. I think he was also in Little Rascals. He was a dynamite. He was great.
And so you hated the guy do you know this guy that played him in this movie?
Well, I don't know him, but he plays A-Train in The Boys. And he's great as like like this real shitty character. But he had no charisma in this movie. Ugh.
Well, he was a guy that was wronged.
Yeah.
He's not, Will Smith's character was like cocky, do what he wants.
Yes.
He was like, Liam was the character that you got to do at least something with.
Yeah, but Liam can't pull that off. I'm sorry. He's no Will Smith. He's no Chris Hemsworth. So I'm sorry, Liam. I feel bad.
So now is the point at which we talk about something we liked this week. I liked the new Bo Burnham Inside special.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm very excited about it.
I'd never heard of this kid. He's not a kid. He's like 30 years old. He's been in the business for like
a while.
14 years or something crazy. It's so interesting. Like when you discover something that people have been part of for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, I made this discovery. And they're all like,
no, you didn't, you idiot.
It's wonderful.
Okay. I'm very excited.
It's just amazing. I mean, there's a little bit of a conceit to it that people have groused about because they look at this thing and it's an hour and a half tour de force of someone doing something that nobody else can do.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, if I wasn't working on stuff myself that I was happy with, I would have been so jealous and hoped for his death. Because,
Jesus.
You know, it's what he does is very intimidating to other creators.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, because he wrote all the songs, produced this, directed it, shot it, edited it. I mean, he did everything. Yeah. And just the idea of that is daunting and amazing. And I want to see some interviews with him where he talks about the process some more.
Sure.
Just to get a deeper look inside of how exactly it all worked. Because the process, and it's great because it hints at the process constantly throughout the thing, which I found super interesting.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. Mine, you know me, I don't follow the rules at all. Mine is not something that I have seen this week. It's something I'm about to see in about 50 minutes. The kickoff of E3 2021. This weekend is like my Christmas. I love E3. I get very excited, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready for the announcements. It's sad that it's all digital this year. I'm like, I want to get back into the expo, but you know, next year.
You go every year?
Not every year, but I've gotten to go the past couple of years for work, and I love it. I love it.
I'm choking it. Dying.
Better than Comic-Con.
Nothing's better than Comic-Con.
E3.
Do you get free stuff? Do you get free stuff at E3?
Yeah, not nearly as much. I'll be like, it's definitely not, but you get like a couple things. But the best part is game demos. If you can stand waiting in line for like 2 to 3 hours a day to play one game, it's awesome. Well, you just bring your Switch and you're playing it while you're in line, and then you get there, you get to play on the console, and then you go back. It's so much fun, man. It's so much fun.
So that's basically you're waiting in line to play a game that you're going to be able to play in 3 months.
Yeah, but you get to play it before the other people get to play it. And it's awesome.
Oh, that's so pathetic. Okay. So next week, we are going back to the Old West.
Oh, God. Okay.
Think you go back to the Old West this next week, Tony?
I mean, I guess so, cowboy.
And we're not just going to the Old West. We're going to the comic book Old West.
Jonah Hex?
No.
Oh, this is Josh Brolin, right?
Brolin, 2010.
Okay.
Jonah Hex, based on the very strange comic book about a disfigured Western. Right. I think he's an anti-hero.
He's got to be. Just look at his face.
I've seen some of this movie. I don't know.
I don't think I have. I think I avoided it. Because this was like before comic book movies became comic book movies, and it looked bad. Like it looked weird, and I don't think I ever saw it.
It seems like one of those properties that you can sell as a comic book movie and buy as a comic book movie, but not have to pay comic book movie licensing fees.
Sure.
You know, they're like, we're happy to have you make this.
Please, take it. I want to see it. Oh, boy.
And if you could make 6 or 7, that would be even better. So,
is this Megan Fox, too?
I think Megan Fox is the girl.
Okay.
And she's been in a lot of really terrible movies.
Yeah, a couple that we've watched on here.
We still could watch, we still might do a month of Transformers movies, although I don't know that I could sit through those.
We'd have to skip the first one because the first one, great movie. Dan, you're wrong. Shia LaBeouf.
I like me some early Shia, but
What do you like, a Holes guy?
I love Holes.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's
a great movie. I said it as if it wasn't, but it is.
It's sad he is so good.
Yeah.
Because he's such a weirdo. Yeah. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know.
That might be the end of the show. I haven't lost my voice completely yet.
All right, great. Save a little, for the rest of your day. I'm sure you got a lot of important business meetings to have. It's going to be good.
That's what's happening. Everything's happening. Everything's coming up, Dan Goodsell.
Well, bully for you, Dan Goodsell.
Well, this has been Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. Now we're at super low energy, Dan.
We've watched you slowly crash throughout the show.
My blood sugar goes down. I had cherries right before I started, which was keeping me high.
Are you pitted cherries or like maraschino?
Yeah, no, maraschino cherries, Tony. Like a whole jar of maraschino down in it. No, pitted cherries.
Okay.
Yeah, we did good. We got the last batch of cherries we got tasted like dirt.
Hey.
But this batch we just got, holy moly, these ones, they're big and juicy and hard. 10 out of 10 cherries. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 cherries, man. I have a problem with buying like real fruit because sometimes it does taste like dirt. And I go for the processed shit. You know what I mean? Like berries that aren't quite real berries. You know what I mean?
I have no idea
they're
what
definitely
you're
too big to be real berries. They definitely got some GMOs in there. Those are my kind of fruit.
Oh, so you buy like the mutant strawberries?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
100%. Yeah,
big?
Probably not even grown on a farm. Probably just in a lab somewhere. And I'm like, yeah, give me those.
There's like 2 in the basket. Oh, it's funny. Funny because it's true. So if you like what you see here, tell your friends, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a creepy comment, because we always like creepy comments.
Those are the ones we respond to the most.
Yeah.
They speak to us on a deep level.
If you just put an address in there, we'll probably go to that address.
We'll swing on by. It doesn't even have to be yours. We'll check it out. Who knows?
If you're having a birthday party and you want to have us come and entertain, Danny and I both have lots of wigs, lots of outfits.
True. I know how to make a balloon puppy.
Balloon animals out of Tony.
Not just the one. I've only learned to do the puppy. That's it.
Balloon animal out of Tony.
Thank you. Don't pluralize it.
Single animal out of Tony. And we'll be back next week with another exciting episode about Jonah Hex.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think we're going to come back and do that.
Maybe this is the week that I quit. Jonah Hex. Too much.
50 was we're not even going to make it through a year's worth of these shows. 50 and Tony's done.
That's it. I can't commit to anything for that long. All right.
And happy 50th anniversary, Tony.
Happy 50th, Dan. It's been a real great ride.
Here's to 2 or 3 more.
2 or 3 50s or 2 or 3 more episodes?
Exactly.
Got it. Cool.
We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, watch him!